Hi everybody, this is Jody from SeaWorld's Rescue Team, and I'm here with
Abby.
We get to do a lot of neat things here at SeaWorld San Diego as a rescue team, and we interact with a lot of different people on local beaches and out in the park. But there's a lot of people we get to interact with that you may not know, and that's our camp groups here at SeaWorld. And they're all ages and all age classes. But the rescue team interacts a lot with the career campers. Now these are high schoolers that are thinking about making SeaWorld their future career or the marine sciences. And there was a camp group that came by this week, just yesterday and Monday, that really inspired us to do this Facebook Live. These are our future. These are our next SeaWorld Rescue team members. These are our next Guy Harbors that are going to be saving sharks. These are our next individuals that are going to be saving the coral reefs. So we want to introduce you guys to some of these career campers, hear about what they've been learning, and about their conservation efforts that they're taking home. So let's start with someone who really inspired me yesterday, and that's Abby.
Yeah, so yesterday I got to help take care of one of the California sea lions here in 110. I got to help with his caregiving, with giving him the shot. And I've always known that SeaWorld's been just all about like care and rescue rehabilitation. But being able to like have that hands-on experience and to really help with the steps that the sea lion needed and being returned back to the ocean really just inspired me and shows how much the rescuers care about the animals and everything here at SeaWorld. They just try their best to save the environment.
Do you remember specifically what we told you yesterday? So the sea lion she's talking about, 110. He's the 110th sea lion we've rescued since January 1st. And this animal was in critical condition. And just the other day he ate for the first time, and Abby, along with Athena, and some of the other career campers helped us yesterday. And what did you help us do? We gave one last thing yesterday. What did you help us give?
One of his last medication shots that he needed.
And when this is the last day that we're doing that medication, what's that a sign of?
That they're doing better and that they're ready to return back to the wild.
Perfect. Do you want to throw some food at him and see if he's eating today? Is he showing any interest?
No, he's just kind of chilling there.
It's a hot day, so they're called sea lions. They might be sunning themselves for a little bit. So what we're going to do, Abby, is I heard some of your pre-camp team members are here with some of my fellow rescue team members. Yeah. Why don't we move down and pass them off and say hi?
Okay.
Kevin? Hi. You guys, hi.
How are you doing?
Everybody, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Hi everybody, I'm Kevin. I'm here with 4 of our campers who are from
Nevada, California, Canada, Illinois.
See, so we get campers from all over the country, and that's part of the thing that's really cool for us, is to see how these kids from all over the place come, they enjoy to see what we do, and they learn, and they all go back home with lots of really great life lessons and just great opportunities. We've had kids here that come year after year after year. So they don't come just once, but they get to come multiple times. And that's kind of really cool for like Jody and I and the others who take care of these animals. Right now, we're going to take care of some of these little Guadalupe fur seals. So go ahead and throw some fish in there, see what they're up to. Go ahead and throw them a bunch of squid. They really, really like the squid, it seems. So these animals are really cool because they live far off our coast, not on our coastline, and there's not a lot known about them, and they are an endangered species. So it gives us, as the rescue center, a lot of really cool opportunities to rehabilitate and also do all kinds of really valuable research to help us better understand our oceans. One of the things we want to kind of focus on today is we see a lot of this kind of stuff in our oceans, and unfortunately when we go out on rescues, this is very, very common. So what we have here is some monofilament fishing line and fishing net. These are chunks that have been wrapped up around different animals through the years. And then over to the left here we have fishing hooks. Now these fishing hooks have all come out of the same animal many, many years ago. That animal unfortunately did not survive because of all these fishing hooks, but you get a sense of how prolific this problem is on our local coastlines. Would you guys care to share anything about what you've learned here this week at SeaWorld and at camp?
Yeah. So what I've learned is that it's not about stopping what you do, it's about changing the way you do things. So like something as simple as like collecting your fishing line after you're done using it can help prevent things like this, which unfortunately hurt so many animals and it's just so bad for the environment.
Watching your footprint is so important. Like just making sure that like you clean up after yourself every time you go out
anything to ensure that stuff like this doesn't end up in the stomachs of animals? I feel like a lot of people think that they're not going to change something because it's only one person, but if every one person does something big, then it can change everything.
See, and that's part of what we try to convey to these kids at camps and just in our general message here at SeaWorld. So we've had some really cool experiences this week, and the week isn't over yet, so I'm sure there's lots of really cool things for these kids to see and do yet to come. So we're going to head down to see Jen, and she's going to talk to us about some elephant seals.
Hi.
Take it away, Jen.
How you guys doing? My name's Jennifer. We're going to head down here and look at some of my northern elephant seals. We have 2 left over right now in our care. They're just at the end of their rehab, so you can kind of see that they're just going to gain a little bit more weight here at SeaWorld. Our last 2, we've had over 25 so far rescued, so we're doing really well. This is actually a good success year for them. I was going to go over and let you meet some of my campers that were helping me out the last couple of days and what they learned here at SeaWorld. It's really important that it's one of my favorite parts of the job is actually interacting with the public and maybe people that are going to come into this career also. It would have been nice for me to meet somebody, so I'm always wanting to help out and answer some questions. But they have some stuff here that I'd like to point out. Some of our elephant seals, because they actually were almost extinct over 100 years ago. So right now they're on the rebound and they're animal of least concern. But for us, it's really important to grab some data from them. Right now, we actually sometimes put satellite transmitters on them with a type of an epoxy. Don't worry, it actually does fall off in about a couple of months, so it's not permanently on there. But we are able to track them and their whereabouts. And this is actually the map that we get from the Argo satellite that lets us know where they are and where they're headed. Elephant seals live a lot out at sea, about over 9 months, so we're just kind of seeing where they're headed, what their eating patterns like, and where they're going. Also, this is actually a satellite transmitter that was placed on a sea turtle, so we kind of kept it because I just wanted to show kind of what it looked like and that it does remove and it doesn't hurt them at all. So that's something else that we have to put on them also. And then if you guys want to just say your name and what you've learned so far.
Alright, well, I'm Claire and I'm from here in San Diego, and I've just learned so much about the rescue team and all the risks that a rescue team member has to go through to get an animal back to a good condition. They have to make sure that the animal is safe from attacking them, because these animals, they have no idea what they're going through. And you just get to see how a rescue member can rehabilitate an animal that doesn't want to be rehabilitated sometimes.
I'm Victoria, also from San Diego, and I think it's just so cool how devoted these people are and how they have so much care to want to help and save these animals and bring them back to the wild.
Hi, I'm Erica. I'm from California. It's just so exciting for me to get to be here and see all the behind the scenes of not only the shows, but the rescues and the procedures that the animals have to go through to be able to be fit to perform or be released back into the wild. And I love being around passionate people. It's really exciting for me to see like the bond of people with their animals, and just to get to see, it gets me pumped. It's just exciting.
So just real quick, before I pass it off to Johnny, she has some entanglement stuff that she's going to point out. I'm going to point out this lovely lady. She's actually from Australia, and we actually do a really good partnership around the world teaching other facilities, and we share information. So it's a good way of us connecting around the world with also our rescue program. But I'm going to turn it around, and Johnny's right behind us with her rescue crew, and we're going to say goodbye.
Hi Facebook fans, my name is Johnny and I am also a member here of SeaWorld's rescue team, and ever since I was young, just like these campers here, I have been so passionate about the ocean and what we can do as people to help prevent any harm that these animals might encounter out there. Well, some of the things that we find are common everyday use. Now I'm here with my friends Morgan, Justin, and Noah, and they each have an item here that they want to talk to you. Morgan, take it away.
So this is plastic, like it's on soda bottles and all that stuff. And animals can get strangled and choked by this, and if it gets in their stomach, they could possibly die. So the simple thing you could do to help the animals is cut all the edges off so they can't choke, and if they do swallow it, it'll be easier to digest.
I'm Noah. I'm here to talk about plastic bags and how much of an impact using reusable bags is actually it's a really good thing, because when you use reusable bags, you don't have bags like these floating around and ending up in the ocean. And like these guys behind us, they like to swallow them, sea lions, and it can cause them to possibly die, which is not good. So using reusable bags might be tedious sometimes because you might not want to have to carry them every time you go to the store. And so it's good to like take care of the world. So yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Justin. I'm from California as well, and with me I have a normal balloon that you can pick up from any retailer normally around your house. And with these, normally a lot of people, they might let them go at certain events, like this is a happy birthday one. And with that, you want to make sure that when you're finished using balloons, it's a simple way. All you have to do is get a sharp object and safely poke it and pop it, then just wrap it up and put it into your trash can, and that way it won't end up in the ocean or anywhere we don't want it to end up and hurt any of these animals around us.
Now those are simple everyday items that we are using constantly. This right here, along with the balloons, came out of a sea lion that we actually rescued this year. Had this balloon been properly disposed of, this animal may have never eaten this. Every time we go out on our boat on our return trip, returning all these animals that have been rehabilitated and are ready for their second chance at life, we typically find these balloons floating around in the ocean. So we have collected many of these over the years, unfortunately. So, as Justin said, just poke them, dispose of them, and then they won't end up in the ocean. Now let's head on over to Jonathan and see what he has in store for us.
Before we do that, I'd like to give a shout out to our camp counselors. There's another one right there.
How's it going?
Hey, Jonathan, how you doing?
Hi, I'm Jonathan and this is Lexi. We're going to walk over and take a look at our truck over here. So, our first line for a rescue is actually going to be people. So we're responsible for a really large area. We're responsible from basically the border of Mexico all the way up to San Onofre. So that's a really big area. We're not out patrolling the beach. What we're doing is we're relying on citizens like Lexi and all these other very nice people who are concerned about the environment and animals. They're the ones who call us and report to our administration team, and then based on that information and pictures, we can actually respond. And this is our first line of response right here. This is our truck. So we're gonna come over here and say hi to Shayna and Athena. Hi, Shayna.
Hi.
So this is our rescue truck here. And this is Athena. So basically, we'll take this truck out together. And because sometimes, depending on the time of year, we can get an overwhelming amount of responses. So what we'll do, instead of carpooling, what we do is kind of like carpooling. We'll actually, based on all the responses, we can actually send one truck north, one truck south, and then based on the responses, be able to pick up multiple animals. And that helps us conserve gas, it helps us conserve time. So instead of having to come back here and process each individual animal, we can pick up multiple animals at once. Do you ever do anything similar to that? Do you ever carpool?
I think carpooling's awesome. I carpool to sports, school, almost anywhere, because I'm not old enough to drive. So I would carpool with my parents, to my friends, to the beach. It's always amazing and fun. It makes car rides a lot more fun.
Athena, can you think of any other ways other than carpooling that might help conserve gas?
We do buses, like I use buses to pick competitions, fill the vans, the airport, and a lot of places, anywhere.
That's good. Yeah, we have Uber now, so there's lots of different things. So we'll actually put several of us in this. I know one thing I do personally, I bicycle to work. And that's because, you know, I live pretty close to work though, so I will take that excuse. And it's nice, especially in the summertime here, we're by the beach, so I bicycle to work. Well, we put several of us in this truck, so we actually carpool as a team when we go out on our rescues. And the ultimate goal after we get those animals and we bring them back here and process them, sometimes we can take them out on this truck and return them, which is the ultimate goal for all the animals we bring back here. Or we can take them and we put them on the boat, and we'll put several of us or several animals on a boat. And we'll be able to send them back out into the ocean. So return them that way. Is everybody going to come over and say hi? So I know, Lexi, did you have a good time with us today?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Awesome. Athena, did you have a good time? Shayna?
Amazing.
Everybody had a great time? Everybody over here had a great time?
You